Well, hello friends, Fedrosevich here. Welcome back to some Hearthstone as we continue our last end of season push here towards rank 5 plateau. And we found yet another dragon, or potentially, I'm expecting actually, pirate warrior. And that's totally fine for us. We have the tools to deal with it with this Barnes Control Shaman deck. Uh-oh, that could be scary. What's going on here? Frothing Berserker is actually not the worst thing in the world because we did keep a Hex in our mulligan for just this situation. He coined it out, we hexed it. That, I feel like, is a pretty reasonable exchange on our part. We've only taken 1 damage so far, but our opponent still has a hand full of resources, so we aren't really that far ahead. But that was a really good exchange, though. They were willing to coin out a Frothing, and honestly, I would hex a regular Frothing, I think, most of the time. Because if Frothings are left unattended, they will just absolutely run away with the game, basically. And Hex is one of the best answers that we have in this deck. And then we also have a couple, and I know I've talked about this deck before. Ooh, our opponent's playing slow. Maybe it is a Dragon Warrior. And I do feel like the Dragon Warrior variant is a little bit stronger. I honestly don't know. Obviously, if we had top deck Barnes, that would have been the best thing for this deck. We overload 2, so on 6 we're overloaded 2, so we can use 4. I wouldn't want to Elemental Destruction anyways. We don't have a lot of good options, but I don't want to fall behind. That's the other thing. If this is Pirate, if this is a super slow Pirate, by the way, or if this is Dragon, I don't want to be falling behind. So I feel like I kind of just want to play these, even though I don't want to be playing these right now. I think Spirit Wolf's definitely better on turn 6, 7, where the overload isn't going to hurt us quite as much. So hopefully now we have a decent enough turn 5, somehow. We're going to have to top deck something, because otherwise we're stuck hero powering. And then into turn 6, we'll be able to throw down a Sylvanas, and if we can find a Lava Shock, then we can never be worried about having minions on the board ever again. Our opponent's really putting quite a bit of thought into these turns, which is fine. They're totally allowed to do that. And now we really want to top deck any of our 4 other AoEs. That is not any of our other AoEs. I can't Elemental Destruction. We've just got to do it this way. And that's okay. Getting the 1/1's okay. So in case there's a weapon removal, well, there's a 1/3 trade, but or the hero power trade, which is always going to be there now. That was okay. Saving 4, potentially 8 face damage is actually really good for the overload and the slow down. Basically missed turn 3. I much prefer hero powering here as opposed to Blood Mage because we might actually need the Blood Mage spell power. And not that, basically just for our AoEs. I mean, if we get a Maelstrom Portal or Lightning Storm later on, we just want that guaranteed spell power. This is not a deck that can rely on that 25%. We don't hero power that much once we're out of the early game with this deck. Oh, it's his 4-drop traded with our 3-drop, I guess. Oh, if you were to coin one more thing out, I'd be tempted to Elemental Destruction. Oh, hello. Top deck, Lightning Storm. And we're in really good shape. Do it, do it, do it. Ooh, Feral Spirits. I'm gonna do something that... Oh, okay. We can just Sylvanas. The issue is Sylvanas, if it's just Arcanite Reaper and we get a 1/1, we lose. There is a play of Elemental Destruction, Feral Spirits, because they both cost 3 mana. Now, we're overloaded 7 for next turn, so our entire hand, we're doing nothing next turn, but we've then cleared the board. And if this is purely Pirate, I mean, they're going to have 5 things. So if we miss 1 turn, it might not be the end of the world, especially because we missed turn 7, and then we'll be into turn 8 where we will have a Halaziel and Elemental Destruction. Which means we can basically always full heal. Oh, well, never mind. We're playing our Elemental Destruction. I am paying attention to my own plans, I swear. But what I'm saying is we'll have Halaziel and a healing wave at that point. So I would feel kind of confident in doing this play. Because our opponent had a bit of a harder time dealing with the Spirit Wolves, at least a couple turns ago, in that they didn't have War Axe. Because Fiery War Axe is a great answer for this. Oh, are we going to actually be given 1 mana next turn? That's kind of cool. Because we were overloaded 5 plus 2 is 7. So I don't know if there's going to be an extra overload tacked on. Or if there's... Uh-oh. Oh, this is definitely a mid-rangey curator version. Okay, that's fine. I dig this. I like this a lot, actually. Top deck, lightning bolt if we get this 1 mana, please. Nope. Okay, here we go. Trade, or we just kind of lose it to face. Okay, so this is definitely a curator dragon style. Well, it's weird though to see the beast, because we saw these beasts. I'm then expecting that there are Azure Drakes, and if that's the case, you're gonna throw in curator just because. Okay, so this is a curator style of a deck that we're playing up against here. 4 or 5, yeah, that's fine. So I do kind of want to hold off, but I'm really afraid that we die next turn. 7, I'm at 11. That's a lot of cards to be able to deal 11 damage. This is healing anywhere from 4 to 6, and it's going to basically require an answer. If this clears a 3-3, I think we're totally fine. Yeah. That's okay. Healing 5 damage. I said between 4 and 6. We got exactly 5. That's a pretty decent turn. So on turn 9, we're only going to have 7 mana to play with. But I think that's going to be very reasonable. Like if we're able to Barnes and do something next turn, we're okay. Our opponent has really been playing slowly though, as much as they have been pushing face quite a bit. They have also been kind of slow playing their hands still of a reasonably large size. Their Azure Drake again, and Finley. Oh. Gross. Face or trading? I wonder. I mean, you can't really go face with Halaziel on board, right? Because Halaziel's gonna win every time. And if they do something silly, I feel like I just Sylvanas. Top decking another Lightning Storm's pretty good right now, especially the fact that we can then Blood Mage. Oh, wow. We definitely want a spell right now. There's 5 of them still in the deck. Maelstrom Portal's decent. So now we have options of trying to Barnes out a Malagos to win the game with Maelstrom Portal. We could then also just Barnes. But if Barnes doesn't hit Malagos, we lose though. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think would be a little overkill. If we get another spell power, oh, we are in such good shape right now. That's healing 9. I guess the minion's kind of cool. But then it's also clearing the board, which is huge. Which is huge against a deck that has a lot of face burn and still has 4 cards in hand at turn 9. There we go. Finally an execute. This is exactly what we were talking about at the beginning of the game, right? These are the sorts of things that we're expecting. 4-6. Hey, guess what? That's a great card. It's a big minion. But we're going to have bigger minions the rest of the game now. So I'm expecting at this point that we should just run away with the game. Because there's going to be no easy execute now on Mr. Rage Unbound. So I think we should be okay. I think I can. That's kind of I just keep repeating that in my head whenever we're playing Pirate or Dragon Warrior. That's kind of, you know, that's the mantra. Because we were really lucky that they didn't trade with Halaziel. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't. But I mean, hero power. Oh, whoa. They're just looking for something. They're gonna go wide, try and go face. I don't think that's gonna work out in the long run. Earth Elemental's pretty sweet. So this happens. Am I able to do it? Yeah. I'm totally able to do this. So we have spell power. That's fine. I take a little bit of damage here. But we have 8 health. Or 8 mana. Excuse me, 8 health. We've got a bit more than 8 health. And then we're going to go ahead and Healing Wave one more time. And we'll just punch face with Blood Mage. Oh, Draconoid Crusher. Draconid, excuse me. I know I have a weird thing with pronouncing some of the names here. So I'm really expecting the... Oh, baby. That's pretty good, I guess. Kind of almost symmetrical. Almost. Nah, no, it just has the Earth Elementals on the outside. Never mind. No symmetry. No symmetry. But that's okay. And our opponent's still going. Twilight Guardian, man. Why not? That's nowhere near enough. That's nowhere near enough. Does this help at all? I honestly think this doesn't help at all. I can't even Barnes anymore. I'm going to stop. So I think one of the things we learned last time, we can just stop the draw here by toteming one more time. Or yeah, toteming. That is the hero power right now. What's wrong with me? We could actually do this. Yeah, okay, so what we're going to do is we'll Maelstrom Portal. That's a nothing card. We'll attack in and take the damage. I don't mind. Yeah, I'll just get rid of this way. And then we'll pump in a whole bunch of damage. We're going to hold off on doing anything else. Just because we don't need to. Yeah, we're going to block our own draw here. And that is going to be basically one of the most fun Pirate Warrior games that I've ever been able to play. And we're still on this little win streak here if you're keeping track. Couple more games and we're going to make it. Whew, that was a fun game. Oh, it's so fun when this deck actually works out against aggro like it's supposed to. And we have run into a Hunter, which is kind of freaking me out. I kind of want to coin out Feral Spirits, knowing that on turn 3 then I'll be able to do nothing. But I'm just honestly too worried about falling far behind again on tempo. And it seemed to work out for us the last couple times we've had this idea. So I don't really mind it too much. I feel like Hunter's generally going to be either the Reno variant or a little bit more aggressive, that kind of hybrid, where we don't really call it mid-range, but for whatever reason, whoever was successful with this deck at the beginning called it hybrid, which is cool. I feel like that's... why not? Let's add some more mid-rangey style. Oh, don't go, don't go, don't go. There we go. That's very good for us. That's a really good result now. Now, we're going to be passing next turn, which stinks no matter what. Unless we top deck a Lightning Bolt and... Oh, it's kind of awful. So we have the option now of making this trade or being greedy, and I think we're going to make this trade. Because yeah, I mean, Hunter's just going to be able to buff... Are these beasts or no? They are beasts. That's awful. That is absolutely awful news. I thought they didn't want that generally with Hearthstone, where I thought we've heard about this, especially with the Haunted Creeper back in Days of Nax. Oh, that could be tough. No, don't play that one. Don't play that one now. Okay, that's fine. We have a Hex. I don't even care. Oh, Barnes is so much better, though, but he kills Barnes. Or, no. We're going to go ahead and Hex now, because we're going to need the Devolve for later. And okay, so now there's a bit of an issue, because on turn 6, we're expecting Savannah Highmane, right? Which means we need... So hopefully, maybe our opponent's thinking, oh, maybe if they have a weaker turn 5. Come on, no Huffer, no Huffer. Oh boy. We need some sweet cards right now. That's a pretty sweet card. So we overload 3. So on 6, we'll have... Yeah, we'll be okay here. Turn that into a 2-drop. Turn Savannah Highmane into a 5-drop. Earth Elemental, still OP. I don't think Hunters run Hunter's Mark anymore, but they do run Deadly Shot. I was like, what is it called? Oh yeah, Deadly Shot. Whoa! Is that a new card? What happened there? Oh no, don't do this, dude. Don't just flood the board. Oh, if our opponent floods the board, I think we got a punish coming up. Oh no. Oh, okay, there we go. That's a buff. Ooh, attacking in, eh? So we can guarantee a board clear, or we can kind of risk it for the biscuit here. So if we don't, we'll overload 2. I kind of want to guarantee, to be honest with you. If we do that, we will then have... If we cast Lava Shock, we have 4 mana. Then on 7, we'll be overloaded for 2, so we'll be back down to 5. And I think that's okay, because we still have Devolve, and we still have a heal, and we still have that. And by that, I do mean hero power. You know, that. Oh, no. Earth Elemental got hit with that 50-50. This is okay. Our Hunter friend is basically out of cards, or basically top decking now. We still have ways to, you know, deal with the Savannah Highmane. We do have a proactive play. Oh, Quick Shot's kind of upsetting, but that's okay. Not going to get played this turn. I don't think we're going to die this turn. So I'm just going to Barnes and hope we get something amazing. Rag? Ysera? Oh, Halaziel would have been sweet if we'd had one more mana. Or a Lightning Bolt. Oh, Lightning Bolt would have been so good here, actually. Lightning Bolt us down, heal back to 20. Okay, so our opponent kind of... That quick shot was actually really good for our opponent there. That was really good, to be honest. So we get the easy trade. If our opponent wants to pump in 6 to face, they might. And we also have to be worried now... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No shenanigans. No shenanigans. So the thing we have to be worried about now in turn 9 is a Call of the Wild. So we kind of want to be clearing our opponent's board if and when we can. This Houndmaster card totally makes me think of Scarlet Monastery. Because there was a Houndmaster. Didn't look like that. It was a dude. He was a dude in the corner. Uh-oh. Arcane shot. Oh, wow. Going for a little bit of value here. Oh, I love that. Oh, wrecked. So we start off with the heal. Puts us to 5 mana. That's a pretty good... That's a pretty good result. And then I feel like I kind of just want to Lightning Storm. As much as I don't want to Lightning Storm, I don't want to leave my opponent with a board. Like, I'm so much more against our opponent having a board than I am... Like, the three health is very nice, don't get me wrong. Like, playing against a hunter who's top decking with this style of control deck, I feel very comfortable right now. I think we all should feel comfortable. I hope you feel comfortable watching my Hearthstone videos, especially if you've made it this far. Dispatch Kodo. I'm going to dispatch you. The only issue is now, because we're overloaded, we can't be playing any of our cool minions that we have in hand. And there's no way I'm devolving this. So we kind of want... Elemental Destruction, no good. We hope for Taunt Totem here. Hey, that's a Taunt Totem. And now we basically are going to, once again, Yashiraj, and we're off to the races. Hopefully we pull... I think we hope we pull Earth Elemental right away, just to help stabilize. No more shenanigans. A no play. Yeah, that's fine. So this is the only really small minion in the deck, so everything else here is going to be big. Again, that's pretty powerful. There are definitely things that can mess with us, don't get me wrong. Call of the Wild right now would be horrible. Even a trade in here and then a Deadly Shot could actually still kind of set us back. Alley Cat is not going to do it. Double Alley Cat will definitely not do it. If we top deck Maelstrom Portal, now we're in business. Even if we still top deck Maelstrom Portal now, we're still kind of in business. We almost could Elemental Destruction here because these both live. Yeah. As silly as that is, it clears off the board. Do I need mana next turn? Yeah, let's do it that way. Let's just make sure the game is over at this point. Hey, Malagos. Malagos is always a fun card. A nice little surprise in this deck, I think, for a lot of opponents tend to get surprised when they see Malagos and a couple Lightning Bolts come out of nowhere. And it's also really good as a Barnes in a late game if you have AoE in your hand. That's also a really cool combo that sometimes you can see with this deck, which I really, really like. I wonder what our opponent could be thinking. Play the one card? Or don't play the one card? That's cool. That's a cool little Inspire. Helps the face idea, but not much else. Alright everyone, well if you've made it this far, kudos to you. Thanks for hanging out. I don't know if we're going to continue into this video. I think these games have been kind of long. I think we're going to be pushing for that rank 5 though, so it should be coming kind of soon. Thanks for hanging out with me everyone. If you have made it this far, hit that big old red subscribe button. I do post videos every day. I'll see you next.